Welcome to the Old Fart Geeks podcast. This week on our 13th episode. How lucky is that? We discuss a bunch of old retro tech stuff. I'm Jason Oakley. This is my co-host, Will Tompkinson. Hey, Will.
Hey, mate. How you doing?
Not so bad. How's yourself?
Not too bad. 13th episode, you say? Well, I served my customer 666 on their invoice today, so there you
Evil.
go.
Evil. How's things been going with you?
Yeah, not too bad. You know, running out of time. This kid's coming out soon, and stuff still isn't done. I still got crap everywhere. Although on the upside, I did get my NBN rerouted, so I'm happy about that now.
Oh, nice.
Haven't had a chance to actually get it set up properly, but at least it's.
So you're still 4Ging?
Yeah, at least it's, at least the NBN's not in the middle of my lounge room now, so that's a start.
Oh, how'd they do that? Put it around the back side?
Yeah, they ran it where I asked them to run it the first time.
Fancy that. They could have saved themselves a lot of trouble, right?
The guy's rocked up and he just looked at it. He's like, who did that? I'm like, the last
guys.
okay. Why did they do that? I'm like, where'd you want it? And I showed him. He's like, it would have been easier to put it there than where they put it.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, I know. So
we had Telstar sent out some guys to do some network installation for us at the office, and they pulled out a switch, and all of the RJ45 cables that were plugged into it went zip and came out, and our network went down, didn't it?
It'll do that.
And so we had to quickly run around, try and find another switch and patch it in and patch all these computers into it until we could get a real electrical contractor out to put all the network back together again.
Engineer.
Man, we were so annoyed at them. I had already had enough stuff to do during the day, and then they go and screw everything up.
If only you had a network engineer, you'd be fine.
Well, I don't do any of that stuff anymore. They changed me to IT manager now, so job description changed overnight.
The hardware's the easy part.
Yeah. Managing people.
I know, that's the hard part. Managing hardware, that's easy.
I'm lucky to manage to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, well, there's that. Especially when the mornings are colder, like, it's 25 degrees all night, and it gets to 6 o'clock in the morning, and suddenly it's 4 degrees.
Yep.
I ain't getting out of bed. I'm staying right here.
I put electric throw on the bed and warm it up, and then I hop in there and kick it out because the bed's nice and warm, and sometimes temperature goes up, and sometimes the temperature goes down, and then you wake up freezing cold.
That's it.
Can't predict it. So yes, for a bit of a surprise for everybody, we got an interview on this episode. I went down to the Microbee shop nearly a month ago, just after the last podcast, a couple of days in fact. So it's about time that we got that on here. That'll be for a bit later in the show, so that'll keep you watching and listening and all that sort of stuff, so you don't watch the interview and then bugger off.
Yeah, we would have had it earlier, but we haven't been able to get our times in sync this last couple of weeks, have we? Every time we've
I got a new girlfriend and screwed everything up with our timing.
You women.
So yeah.
They had things to do last week.
Yep. So they got the microbeetechnology.com.au, basically the guy who owns the place there or used to work for Microbee years and years ago, and he's bought the rights to the name of it, and he started producing some new kit computers and retro technology and stuff, so we'll go have a look a lot more into that a bit later. But we might as well start off with some information here. Let me switch across our screens. So a lot of Raspberry Pi, I found a nice website, brucesmith.info, a lot of Raspberry Pi computer magazines and some free PDF magazines that you can download. So brucesmith.info, they've got Raspberry Pi Insider Guide, you can get on Amazon. Raspberry Pi Assembly Language, that was the second thing I learned to program in. Originally basic, of course, same as most people, but then I did Z80 and 6502 assembly language, which was quite fun, and programmed on my VZ and the Commodore 64. I've also got the RISC OS system programming and RISC OS assembly language for beginners.
RISC is good.
Yeah. And then down further you can get some free PDFs. There's BBC Micro assembly language, Total Amiga Workbench, interfacing projects for the BBC Micro, and Advanced Sideways RAM. And he's got some extra books. There's BBC Micro titles, Assembler Workshop, Mastering Interpreters and Compilers, the ROM book, WordWise Plus. I'm guessing that must be a word processor for it. View, Machine Code Portfolio, Mini Office 2, CPM, Advanced Guide, Electron Assembly Language, and Model 64 ones. That's really interesting stuff for me. Amiga A1200 Insider Guide you can buy. It says the Pros is $14.95. I'm not sure what a Pros is. Perhaps it's a bit of a typo.
It's just how they spell it in Pommyland.
They pronounce things different there, don't they?
Yeah, that's phonetic.
Amiga fanatical. Amiga Workbench A to Z, Amiga 600 Insider Guide, Amiga DOS 2.3 Mastering Amiga Beginners, Amiga 600, Amiga Workbench 2. So VIC-20 machine code, OMG. I wonder if anyone's doing that anymore. I see there's still a lot of people developing stuff for the Commodore 64. So yeah, check out the brucesmith.info if you want to find some really cool books and things there. There's a project that I found called SOASC, and the equal sign, same as with Commodore 64. It's a project to convert every SID tune, which is the sound interface device in every Commodore 64, for the HSVC library to MP3 format using authentic SID chips. So this is the SOASC website, 6581-8580.com. 6581 was the original SID, and then the newer ones came out with the 8580 version with different filters and a bit of an upgrade. So you can have a look at his website there and get the MP3s of all of your favourite tunes.
What do we like? What game?
Commando is pretty cool. Monty on the Run off Wiedersehen Monty. Let me see if I can find off Wiedersehen Monty. There's a few versions of it there. Sounds quite authentic. And they have output as the revision 2 version of the SID chip, revision 4 version of the SID chip, revision 5 version, and SID that you can download and play on your actual Commodore 64, which is pretty cool. This guy has gone to a heck of a lot of trouble to make sure everything was perfect.
There's even a movie they made about how they're doing it.
How they did it, yep. So that goes for about 49 minutes, so we wouldn't play all of that, but we could show a little bit of some of the shit they did.
A preview trailer that they did.
3 SID chips were used in Commodore 64 due to the strong filter variation. There's a counter of, I think, the number of converted tunes. What exactly? It's an auto recording technique invented by Stone Valley. Mass record all SIDs in HSVC and convert them with authentic chips.
That's the strength. That's what I love looking at that.
It's nuts, right? How do you keep track of what everything is there? 6 CRT monitors and NEC electronics used for the entire MOS 6581R4 and the R5 recordings. November 2006 to March 2007. It's a real headache to work out, but later it was rebuilt from scratch. Stay tuned. Quick roundup of the tools and methods used in the project. Case number 1, tools Total Commander, Pure Basic, rename SID files and create info files for all of them. Case number 2, tools PSID64, convert all SIDs to C64 program files. Case number 3, tool 64 HDD, set up the C64 file server software. Case number 4, tools Pure Basic, create tools and code SIDREC. Case number 5, tools Total Commander Pure Basic, and recheck all of it and copy it. There's his own SIDREC that he created. Case 6, tools, schematics and soldering tools, create relay card and serial cable. This guy's got mad skill. I'm always astonished by things that people create. Case 7, guide from the internet, improve grounding and reduce noise. For a preliminary test system for a couple of weeks. Decompress part 2. I'll jump ahead a bit there. As I said, we won't bother watching 44 minutes, but there's some interesting stuff going on. CRT monitor was placed with TFTs. Touch screens to access everything.
Probably did that just for size, I suppose.
Yep, and reduce flicker and stuff. I expect. Started in 2006 and went all the way to 2008 creating all of this.
Well, I was going to say they retired it in 2009.
Sometimes the quality of the music is better than in the actual game itself.
And then in 2015 they started it back up again.
Hey, Cybernoid by your own tell. Added him as a friend on Facebook. He's really cool. He's still making tunes now for the Maniacs of Noise. Jump ahead a bit again. People can just pick up a soldering iron and add stuff to their computers like that networking to the internet that you were showing me before.
Yeah,
Commodore 64 network card. It's like, what? No way. How do they even do that? Plus a SD card reader and stuff.
Yeah, and yeah, all sorts of things he's added to that thing.
What's the next song? Chris Hillsbeck. Lucido Cogitationis by Chris Hillsbeck. Don't know that tune. I like this pseudo interface he's got here listing the tunes that they zoom through. It's kind of like watching a movie and they're like, okay, now I'm breaking into the computer system, and they have all these words zooming around and stuff, and pretty flashy plasma lines and things.
Not talking about hackers at all.
Yeah.
Or the what was the other one? Had John Travolta in it, in the flying bus.
Oh, Swordfish.
Swordfish, yeah.
That's quite a good movie though. That's a few tunes they got on SOASC, which is a pretty cool site. I think I would get some MP3s from there to play. What the heck is Cookie Monster doing? Ah.
We're talking about over the top,
Yeah.
over the top scenes that just sort of don't make any sense. This is one of the greatest ones ever. They're just like it's like they just had to randomly just like fill the screen with
What
stuff.
the heck is that keyboard supposed thing there that's just a bunch of holes in some plastic?
And there's a massive big monitor that just displays the floor plan of the center anyway.
Rabbits. Oh no, they've rabbited the system. Oh, God has taken over. Gotta sink the ship.
Yeah, no, it's just. I mean, the thing is, when this movie was released, this scene was like the old
High tech.
It's finding a stupidity.
Angelina!
the old Apple. I actually had one of these. It might have a black and white screen. Didn't have the color screen.
So you could have had this funky interface if you had a color one.
Well, that was why I got the. That was it. Actually, when I was going to work, they had two laptops. They had like an IBM and they had one of those. Oh, I want that. I was so disappointed with it.
Oh no.
Don't screw up.
Mr. the Plague.
Yeah.
Penn does a great job,
Man, I
though.
want to watch this again. It's come out on Netflix now.
I watch it probably every couple of months. I always watch it.
Zero cool.
Oh, what's with the eyepiece? Like, I'm not sure what that was ever supposed to.
Acid burn.
Yeah, maybe.
Crash and burn. Crash override.
Crash override.
Give it up. Just give it.
Do you get to wear one of those fancy hands-free?
Headset.
Fancy hands-free
Yeah.
earpieces?
Cool, man. My last job we had some. Staringlizard has developed a replacement for the Amiga A520 adapter. The AMIV 2.0 can convert the Amiga RGB 15 kHz signal to HDMI. Get your Amiga up on an HDMI computer, man, a monitor. To make it possible to connect your A500 or A1200 to a modern screen, the AMIV has buttons to shrink the picture horizontally and move the picture horizontally and vertically. Bummed out because you cannot connect your Amiga to the screen you want or enjoy your Amiga fully digitized? Me too. This is why I made this adapter. Hopefully keeping the Amiga alive for some more years to come. Picture's not perfect, of course, but it's pretty damn close. The adapter will stretch out the picture with a factor of 2. This could perhaps be avoided, but will add to the complexity and timing will not be handled with this type of prototype. It's tested with Amiga 500, Amiga 1200 PAL computer. Cannot guarantee it'll work with NTSC, but will be surprised if it did not. Only implement a button that can scroll the picture from source horizontally and vertically. That way it's possible to handle situations with overscan and other strange things you could do in the crazy old days. It's also possible to shrink the picture horizontally with the same button. The adapter should be able to convert data from other sources like old video machines and other retro computer that's sending out analog RGB data in 15 kHz horizontal update frequency, but again, this has not been tested. So you can see some of the boards there and the final boxes that he's created. Plug into your Amiga into a HDMI, that would be awesome. Didn't you say something about an Amiga recently?
Yeah, well, dug my nephew's out of mothballs the other day and I had to play with it.
Yep.
I'll say if you go back up and look at that that display board, the one they look legit because look at the yellowing going on, especially on that bottom one there.
Yep.
Go back to the actual adapter, like the plastic cases, wherever they are. Yeah, sit on the bottom there.
Yep.
Look how they've gone all yellow. They're definitely legit adapters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully I'll be getting.
You should get one of these and hook it up to your HDMI TV.
Well, we did anyway via a series of. Actually, I already had composite out. We just used a composite to VGA adapter, then a VGA to HDMI adapter.
It's like one of those things I've seen in the internet where the guy's got the 20 different adapters all plugged into each other into USB ports from PS2 all the way through.
Well, I mean, you know, it's only because we didn't have one of these laying around. I sort of just used that. Weren't they the bane of your existence? They never worked.
No, we had that on one of our old systems. I think it was the TV game thing I had that you could play handball or pong or whatever on there, and the light gun and things had one of those.
You could piggyback those together and then piggyback that together with another one, another one, another one, and end up with those.
Oh, dear.
I'm actually just slightly distracted because I was just reading an article. I'm trying to vet it and verify it, but I was just reading an article about apparently Peter Kamusky is starring as Zero Cool in the remake of Hackers.
In the what?
The remake of Hackers.
Sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. What is the point?
I know. Well,
how many things are being remade these days?
Yeah, I know.
Why?
That's what I was trying to vet it first, but apparently it's on his news feed, so it seems to be legit.
Really? Fine, whatever.
I don't know. I mean, the
Who
technology
else is in it?
there now to actually catch up with the movie, so I don't know.
I saw the remake of, what was that Arnold Schwarzenegger one?
What? What? Fifth.
No, when he went to Mars. Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Yeah, that was a terrible remake.
If they didn't call it Total Recall, it would have been a good movie.
Yep.
Total Recall. That was the issue.
Destroyed it. No. Hyperion Entertainment released an update for the OS4 Software Development Kit for the Amiga. So you get Amiga operating system and install it on your desktop computer. Timberwolf is the name given to the Amiga OS port of the legendary Firefox browser. The Timberwolf project has been successful thanks to new advanced features of Amiga OS. The new shared objects feature allows rapid development without having to restructure anything underlying. They've got a community there with a bunch of people to talk to. Amiga 1X1000, brand new hardware to run Amiga OS. Runs on specific hardware using PowerPC processors. Sounds like an Apple. Amiga OS 4.1 is coming and seen no less than 6 free major updates, at least 88 smaller updates since then. New Final Edition extends Amiga OS 4.1 functionality with new features such as new console, unified graphics library, RTG support, and much improved DOS intuition and workbench. We've got desktop publishing with page streams, so they're getting pretty hardcore into it. Animate in 3D with Blender for Amiga. Watch movies with DV player and M player. Listen to music with TuneNet and Amiga amp. Also has extensive 68K emulation capabilities.
You mean one of those adapters?
Run your classic Amiga software. Yes, it's that one. Now it's compatible.
I wonder if... I'd like to try that one day, but I'd be afraid to blow something up.
Boom. We had a printer one of the guys at work has been using for ages, and it's got a parallel to USB connector with an extended USB cable on it. Everything kept on breaking, so eventually I finally got them to set up a proper printer that had just USB and all things hunky-dory now.
Funny that.
Too many adaptery things.
Well, I'm actually using on my I got a OBD2 scanner for my car, so I can plug it into my car and read the data off the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And originally I got a serial port one because I had an old laptop that had a serial port.
Yep.
But now I don't, so now I've got a serial to USB adapter. But of course that's the wrong way around, so I have to have a DB9 to DB9 male to male adapter so that I can have that linked up.
Yep.
And then the cable's not long enough to reach to the front of the car, so I've got to have a USB extension cable to go to that. So there's about 5 cables hooked up to this thing just so I can read it.
You're crazy, man.
That's right. And then coming in for regulator, I've got a RJ45 to USB adapter, and then the USB cable extension cables running to my laptop so that I can read my solar regulator. So my car's full of extension cables as well.
That's nuts.
Yeah, a little bit.
Have you ever wondered what delights are waiting for you at the end of your favourite Commodore 64 game? Is there a game you have spent an age trying to complete but you just can't manage to reach the end? Well, stress no more, as c64endings.co.uk team are here to reveal all. If you go to their website, you can see a bunch of games, all hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games, probably thousands, that have got the game endings. Most of them used cheat codes to get the endings. They've even got a YouTube channel here with a lot of the endings that they've just recorded the last bit of it into a YouTube video so you can see what the endings look like. See if I can find something that I really liked.
Doesn't help. I don't have half the games. I
Yeah.
just put in games and I don't have any of them.
Some of your favourites?
Well, things like Whizball, for example.
Yeah. They don't have that?
Nope.
Whizball is my phone ringtone. I'll choose from that.
Michael Jackson Moonwalker. Not there. Ghostbusters. Let's try that.
That's got to be there for sure.
The real Ghostbusters. Yes, there we go. That one's there.
I don't know any of these games. I'm just scrolling through here. Why did you record these things?
Huh. That's interesting. Once the final Guardian is destroyed, Ghostbusters exit level. The picture of the Ghostbusters vehicle is displayed outside the Ghostbusters HQ. Congratulations, they've saved the city. Yeah. Interesting.
We played Impossible Mission all the way to the end, and one of my friends showed me the end of it. He used a freeze cartridge just before the end and then brought the frozen thing over to my place and then reloaded it so that I could see how it ended.
The Crazy Professor.
Yep.
Yeah, Impossible Mission.
Get him, my robots.
That's it. Flip a neck. That's the end of Impossible Mission.
Yep.
It was completed.
Cheat codes.
Go through the exit, you see an image of Crazy Old Professor Chef. No, the screen changes its final screen where a female voice says, "Mission accomplished, congratulations."
And he says, "No, no, no."
So
it's pretty cool having speech in the game.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have a video of the end of that.
Let's try. Well, let's try. What else was there that was something I never got through? Was there's a lot of games like Pinger's not there. What else did I play?
I'm still trying to find a game that I really liked in the videos pages.
There's a few that I like, but I can't find any of them. Let's do it by index then. Let's try this way. Afterburner. There we go. See what happens with Afterburner. Final mission is clear. Time to head for home. Okay. Mission 6 is cleared. You see the ship flying back to home, docking with mothership.
That's it?
That's it. Okay, so some of the endings weren't super great.
Here's one Impossible Mission. Where's the end?
Probably towards the end.
Crazy heck. I wonder if it means it just changed the way the game plays or something. I really liked that game. It was a lot of fun. There it is.
No. Mission accomplished. Congratulations.
I found Whizball.
Hey. Stay a while.
Love Whizball.
Stay forever.
I loved the game, but I sucked at it. Yeah, Whizball. Oh man, I played this game. Speaking of the game, I played for hours. But looks like the end of it was once the wizard mixes his last potion, something strange happens. So basically nothing. It basically the screen flashes a few times and.
Okay, here's this is supposed to be an ending of it.
I need to find a PC crack for this. Simulation for Whizball.
Oh, crazy levels. Someone needs to make this for Android and iPhone.
That'd be awesome. I'd seriously pay $10 for that.
Yeah, easy. Let's jump ahead a bit here. This must be getting close to the end. Whoops.
That's not like he's using an infinite life cheat or anything.
How can you tell?
Or not, apparently.
Game over. That's not the ending.
Yeah, that's not right.
What a mega display of fun. Type your name.
But yeah, apparently just the screen flashes different colours and that's it.
That sound boring.
Yeah. Rate final say, nice graphics but no music and no point to the end. It's sad ending to an amazing game. 2 out of 10.
Why would you go to all that trouble to make a really cool game? Maybe they're like, we just ran out of memory space. We couldn't put anything more into it.
That, or they didn't expect anybody to ever get there.
Yeah. Make it so complicated that nobody will ever get it. What's this one look like? Finish.
Oh, the Dam Busters.
No swearing.
I used to play that. Forgot about that. Jolly good show.
That's it. Really? No one has it. Yeah, I found a couple of games that I really liked. Creatures both got really good 10 out of 10. Roland Brothers, Steve and John have certainly built up a reputation for programming pure class. Games such as Mayhem in Monsterland, Cyberdyne Warrior, and of course Creatures 1 and 2 graced our screens from mid-80s present day. How about the endings? The final torture scene. Superb, well done scene. Game complete. Now the storyline ending. To celebrate, the young Clyde and his mates decide to go on a pub crawl. That's a small pub. Clyde seems to have pulled the end. That's what happened. A lot of great music, super graphics, and a whole host of animation. Why didn't you record it, man?
When Arkanoid first appeared on our screens in '87, it was literally blown away by superb gameplay and striking arcade graphics.
Yep.
Kill them, you kill the end dude, and then it goes back to the start of the game, and then it's the end. How is it completed? Matthew is Matthew is a cheat eat. So what happens when you finally kill the big-headed boss at the last level? The screen flickers over to the title picture and starts to play an ending tune courtesy of Martin Galloway. After that, the ending message appears to reveal the game's story ending. Dimensions controlling Fort Don has now been demolished and time started flying backwards devices managed to escape from the destroyed space, but the real voyage of Arkanoid and the galaxy has only now just started. So basically, it puts you back to the start. Yeah, I mean, no, 6 out of 10.
Creatures 2. Great start. Congratulations, Green. Here is Clyde Radcliffe. Thank you for helping me save my family. I owe everything to you. Uh-oh, he's seen something. A big monster. Quick, run. He runs away, but the monster stops, turns around, runs back the other way. Clyde comes along with a chainsaw, ready to chop him up. The boys are back in town. Gotcha. Chopped him up. Kill, kill, kill. That's pretty cool. c64endings.co.uk.
I'll spend some more time, eh?
And the aforementioned interview, I wandered down to the new Microbee shop at Shop 30, The Terrace, 66 to 74 Bryce Avenue, Mooroolbark, Victoria, 3138, and managed to score a 7-minute interview with the owner of the shop. So let's have a look at that now.
One of the very popular models that Microbee made. Everyone remembers the book because it was different. Yep. And we've got the Microbee Gamma here. There was only 10 of those made. It was a pre-production thing that ended up getting canned because it was just too expensive to make and too complex a machine to service as well. So it was a very good machine, but had to be canned for commercial reasons. This is a 256 TC, one of the classic models again. Here we have the Premium Plus, which is the model that we relaunched the company with. It's one of the original Premium series, but we added a new core board to it, which added floppy disk emulation on the SD card and Ethernet and serial ports and so on. So you could boot off the SD card just like you were using a floppy, and up came your original software.
Oh, yeah. It does look a lot like the ones that I had at school.
Yes, yeah, it's the original case, but with the holes for the premium, arrow keys and so on. We've got some current technology stuff here. What we're doing is FPGA boards. This is the Freescale Tower system. It's a rapid prototyping system that you can mix and match processor boards. This one's a 120 megahertz ARM processor board.
Yep.
But then there's other processors available, different speeds, different processor types, like there's Coldfire, there's I think DSP ones as well. You can mix and match anything in this little stack here. You choose your I/O to go with it. This one in particular is serial port and Ethernet. Mm-hmm. It works off a passive backplane system with the PCI connectors here connecting all the signals through to each slot. Mm-hmm. Our board has been designed to go in there. That's an FPGA board with a Xilinx Spartan 3E. Which is nice and easy to use, and it can be used standalone as well. So it's got onboard config flash there, which you can, when power is applied to the board, it can load the design of your FPGA into the FPGA and just use it by itself.
Cool.
Then we've got some embedded computing expansion module type boards. As one of our FPGA boards, which is connected to embedded computing platform there with a Coldfire processor and some RAM and connectors for Ethernet and VGA and so on. It's got the SD card on it. So that one actually boots and runs UC Linux, mm-hmm. or you can just use it as a programming tool if you're doing design work on FPGAs. So you can have your file that goes in the FPGA just on the SD card rather than connecting JTAG cables and that sort of thing. So you can just try your files out nice and easily off the SD card.
Need some bits and pieces over here. I remember Beethoven.
Just a display of the older PCBs and various accessories, the Beethoven and Beatalker, which we've just done new versions of, so it suits the micro:bit, but also Arduino. So you can plug them on. We've got those over here. There's the prototypes for those. That's Beethoven, the 3-voice sound generation plus noise and so on. And that's Beatalker, which is a allophone-based speech processor. Cool. This is our Delta Plus kit computer that we're developing at the moment. Brand new keyboard, brand new design altogether. It's a hybrid kit, much like the Premium Plus was, so that you have to assemble a main board that's got a whole load of through-hole components on it, and then there'll be a couple of SMD modules that you plug on to complete the design, which will be pre-made.
Right. And you've got some accessories over here as well.
Yes, we have. There's our short form of the CGA to VGA converter, which takes on to one of the scaler boards that are currently available via eBay or whatever. We have a full kit of those. We're out of stock of those at the moment, but there's also cable kits for the Amiga to have the DB23 connector that the Amiga used, so you can put it through their VGA converter kit and have a normal VGA monitor on your Amiga. A lot of people have been saying that works really well. Also the Coco 3, there's a cable kit for that.
Interesting. And did you sort of buy the micro:bit brand, or?
Yes, I did. I worked for the company originally, and the company, the original company folded or closed its doors in '92 because of the influx of IBM clones.
Everywhere
did
they
that to all of the home computer brands.
Like I had a VZ200 as well. I was really into.
Okay.
That was my first computer after I was in high school. I had learned all about computers from micro:bits. My parents were like, "Oh, we'll get you one." So they got a Dick Smith VZ200, and of course that one sort of died out with the IBMs coming in as well, about 83, 84.
Yeah. So the original company closed its doors in '92. I purchased the remnants of the company back in 2011 and went about preparing the Premium Plus kit as a launch tool, and have been slowly growing our product base since then with other kits.
Cool. I know a lot of my friends on Facebook have been going crazy. I've been sharing all of your photos and updates on Facebook onto my page. They're like, "Oh my God, this is so cool. I remember this." I think actually one of them might have bought one of the kits that you had before.
Okay.
And did you want to mention about your name and the shop and where it is, that sort of thing?
Well, I'm Ewan Wordsworth. I'm the owner of Micro Technology, and we're at Shop 30 in the Terrace Shopping Centre in Mooroolbark, which is in Bryce Avenue.
Cool. Well, it's been nice to meet you and have a bit of a look around your shop. Thanks for letting us have it on our show. And I'll just have another quick bit of a pan around here. Such cool technology. It takes me back so much retro memories. That's pretty cool. So yeah, he showed us around the shop and all the different devices and attachments and plugins and things that he's got there. The Beethoven adapter that lets you play better music from the Commodore 64, and a speech device that you could plug in and play that, plus some of the old vintage devices you can't get, and some upcoming new things. They've got a research and development department out the back where they come up with new ideas for kits and things that are going to be released into the future. They had a quick short run of development boards and a kit computer, Delta Plus kit computer, A totally new Micro B design is underway. The Delta Plus, like its predecessor, the Premium Plus, which they sold out of, I think they did 140, around 140 of them. The Premium Plus will be a hybrid kit in that parts of the kit will have to be assembled, soldered, but will also include pre-assembled SMD modules that plug in, based again on Coldfire and Zilog processors, but with expanded graphics and new mechanical switch keyboard. More details soon. So yeah, accessories, as I mentioned, we have a range of accessories to suit retro computers, which include a smart model controller, power supplies and VGA video converter, designed to enable the use of VGA monitors with older computers such as Premium Plus, Commodore Amiga, Apple II GS. It gives a clean, crisp display and provides both digital CGA or analog input mode. We also have voice synthesizer module kit, Beethoven, and sound generator module kit for Micro B and Arduino. You can see there's the B-Talker and Beethoven. The B-Talker allophone-based speech synthesizer project requires parallel digital outputs and 5 volts. And Beethoven programmable sound generator with 3 voices. Oh, that brings it up pretty close to the Commodore 64. Programmable noise channel, exactly the same, requires parallel digital outputs and plus 5 volts. So yeah, they've got some interesting stuff. This is the Premium Plus. I should switch across so people can see that. Premium Plus computer is a kit based on the original Premium Series Micro B, but has been enhanced to include floppy disk emulation and storage via SD card, Ethernet, high-speed serial RS-232 port and expanded memory. It's a dual processor design including both Z80 and Coldfire parts running CPM80 and Micro C Linux. It's a limited edition kit and had sold out. You can see it there. Was the one that they was selling, 64 key keyboard, source key switches and key tops, SD card interface for file storage, standard parallel ports and serial port.
RAM. Wow.
Yeah.
What do you even do with that?
2 mega RAM, Z80 microprocessor at 3.375 megahertz and Coldfire at 80 megahertz dual processors. And I'll just go back because I missed the screenshot there. That's the B-Talker and a Beethoven. Smart module controller, power supplies, floppy disk controller options. So yeah, it's worthwhile. They've got an online store that you can buy the products for if you can't make it down to Mooroolbark, but it's well worth the trip just to have a chat to the guy. He's really nice and friendly. I just walked into his store and started filming, and then he came out from the back and was about to head out the door, and he's like, "Oh, hi." I was like, "Hi, I'm a retro dude and I've got a show and stuff. Can I please interview you? Because it would be so cool." And he was very happy to do that, so well worth a go. How much experience did you have with Micro Bs, any?
We had a couple at school, but they were always hogged by the smart people.
How come you didn't get it then?
The only real experience I had with it was later on when we were using one where I was working.
Yep.
It was using it for a timing module for like a go-kart track.
Oh, yep.
And it was used for storing all the times, and used to have a RS-232 coming in, but it had your normal door laser to walk through and they make a noise. Had one of those at the start line and the finish line hanging up off a beam, and when you dropped through it, it broke the beam and started the timer and stopped the timer. And it ran from that all the way down through and up the building and into the room and recorded on there, and then had a secondary output that ran all the way from parallel port away from there back down into the control booth where it had a timer display with bulbs. It was a looked like an old LCD liquid crystal display, but it used bulbs instead.
Okay.
So, I think it had like figure eights, but I think there was like 30 bulbs or something in that figure.
Extra
and
cool.
Incandescent bulbs, not LEDs.
Yep.
And that was obviously a timer countdown. It had 2, 4, so it had 6 displays. So that was controlled. It had the car number, and then it had your time.
Yep.
And that was controlled from the computer. So it was doing a good job. It was not only keeping track of the car's times and what car was in what position, but it was displaying that up on the board as well. So
Yep.
was a pretty advanced little program, I think.
Pretty high tech for back then.
It's pretty high tech for now, really.
I would like to see
So
that.
that was about my only experience I had with them.
And there's a SID Tracker 64 as a SID, which is a sound interface device, or the chip that was in the Commodore 64 as mentioned. There's a lot of a Commodore 64 show / Microbeat today.
Yeah.
SID Creation tool for the iPad that I found allowed you to create chip tunes directly on the tablet, and with the ability to export to several formats, including PRG, which is a program file for Commodore 64. A new version has been released with a feature that allows you to share your production with any app that supports OpenIN. So you can see SID Tracker 64 for iPad, complete chiptune production package for iPad, and it's got tracker and live looping. Create chiptune music with the same creative tools back in the days, but with the benefit of modern user interface. Record live or step edit, loop and create songs on the fly. Unlimited possibilities. Play live and record using your MIDI keyboard and edit the sounds with assignable controls for a control surface. Instant gratification, audio bus 2 and in-app audio supported for full integration with other iPad apps. Synthesis, many tricks were invented to fully exploit the possibilities of a SID chip, which has made it quite a bit different compared to what you might be used to, from basic subtractive analog synthesis to wavetables, filter tables controllable down to 1/22/40th of a second for micro sculpting that you probably haven't experienced before. SID powers, no samples, no BS. This is the original SID chip replicated to perfection. You can even export to playback on a real Commodore 64 should you feel the need for it. Do you make music for C64 demos? This works for you. And yeah, that's at sidtracker64.com. You can see the iTunes page there.
Looks pretty cool.
SID synthesizer engine specs, fully emulated SID 8580R5 chip, 3 separate voices, 8 waveforms, tri-saw pulse with PWM noise, tri-saw, tri-pulse, saw pulse, no wave, wavetable editing, 3 volume envelopes, dedicated vibrato controls, all the different filters, hard sync and ring mod per voice, sweep envelope, table editing, hard restart, variable emulation speeds, 32 instruments per song.
Okay, I want it now.
Do you have an iPad? No answer to that. I'll put it on my iPad mini and give it a go. Be a lot of fun to play around with some.
I'll have an iPad. I'll just flog one from work.
The old fart geeks do not condone stealing technology from management.
We don't? Since when?
No, wait, that's the other show. That other guy doesn't
That's
like
right,
those kind of
yeah.
things.
Some guy called Eric or something.
And I found this pretty cool thing. Sam's Journey is a brand new original scrolling platform game developed for the Commodore 64 home computer. It's about a cute little hero called Sam who finds himself on an unexpected journey in a strange world. And that's at knightsofbytes.com. Sam's Journey. Features. We want Sam's Journey to be as great as our favourite platform games on Nintendo Entertainment System or Sega Master System. To achieve this, we're implementing a combination of features quite uncommon for a game on Commodore 64. Colourful graphics and fast, free directional scrolling. Although Sam is quite small, he can run very fast and jump even higher. That's why the camera has to hurry up and keep track no matter where he's going. Extensive basic moves, running, jumping, climbing, swimming. Sam has a variety of basic moves. While running and jumping are obvious skills, his ability to climb makes him able to reach new heights. And with his free diving skill, he can explore underwater passages of the deep sea. Kind of like Mario, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, it reminds me of Alex Kidd.
Yes, yeah. It does a lot, doesn't it?
Especially the swimming.
Yep. 3-channel SID music and sound effects. The world of Sam's Journey is not only a visual one. Every scenery that Sam traverses on his journey comes with its own unique song, emphasizes the location's atmosphere. Some are happy, some are melancholic, some are dramatic, And of course, cool sound effects too.
That's his happy.
Yay!
And you know, but of course you're not always happy, so sometimes you need to be melancholy. And then, you know, just when you're about to get into danger. Wow. If the start of that doesn't remind... Listen to the start of that again. What's that remind you of?
Yeah.
Ghost by any chance?
Yeah. Maybe slightly influenced by...
Oh,
So yeah, that looks pretty good little platform game.
Real, actually. It's very smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very difficult on the Commodore 64. Keep that smooth.
Yeah, to get that, especially that like free camera floating camera that it has.
You
But
never
I guess,
saw that on a Commodore 64 game before.
No, but I guess over the years too, code's been optimized a lot.
Yep. People learn new techniques for doing things better.
That's swimming. Oh, Alex. Like almost exactly the same.
I wish they had an actual YouTube video. That would be cool to watch.
It's I can't figure out how to record it off the Commodore 64.
Who are we? My name is Chester Colshan and I'm an indie game developer. Knights of Bytes is a label on which my team and I develop and distribute computer games. What are we doing? The name Knights of Bytes creates an internal contrast between the word knight that represents something old and the word byte that's something new. Being fans of retro computing and retro gaming, we intend to incorporate this into our productions. Modern games for retro hardware. Old platforms can be compared to classic cars despite their commercial end dating back years or even decades. Many of them still inspire a large community of faithful fans. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, if only they had some YouTube videos that you could listen to.
I know, that would be awesome.
Zelda.
Think. He's cool now.
Yeah. Sonic.
Nice spin. Yeah.
Tails. It's taken all the cool bits out of all the games.
Yeah, and made it into a new game.
Made it into a new one. That's pretty cool. I like it.
Sneak peek number 2.
New basic moves.
Is your swimming?
I mean, even at that quality, like, I don't know if that's played through an emulator or if that's actually played
On it.
console, but that's, you know, quality, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's, I'd play that, no worries.
Time to get yourself a Commodore 64.
No, just time to dig it out of Dad's cupboard.
Hey Dad, I just came to visit you. I missed you so much. You got my Commodore 64. Okay,
Yeah,
see ya.
Just like, dig through these cupboards for a minute. The only problem is I don't have a disc. I've only got a tape drive and that thing.
Ah,
That could be a problem.
you could get one on eBay. It's rare, vintage, therefore $1,000.
I was wondering. Yeah, I was about to say. I wonder what a C64 floppy
1541
is actually worth.
or 1541C for the cooler one that I had.
Ow. I can actually get an entire Commodore 64 with floppy drive manuals and the whole lot for $80.
Nice.
Only
Does
220
that buy it now?
States, yeah.
Ah, okay.
$100 from Germany and $80 postage.
Commodore 64 computer original, fully working, 1541, 50 disc plus extras, $500.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know.
I suppose you can get it, but Serious.
And they'll get it.
Yeah. That's what mucks it up for us.
Yep. That's why I hate looking at stuff like that, because the amount of stuff I've given away and thrown out over the years.
Yeah. So
It
much.
looks worse now, and you're like, really?
And I miss playing my old games.
Yes. Although, I mean, honestly, like, let's face it, who's actually going to have time to play them? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it sounds great in theory, but yeah, you're never going to actually get around to playing it.
That's why I resold my VZ that I bought in like 2000, sold it the next year for $50 again, because I was like, it's going to sit in my cupboard for ages, or somebody can play it. Why don't you play
That's
it?
right, exactly. And that's what it comes down to. Like, I'd love to have some of those old consoles and stuff in, but unless I was doing like a museum or something like that,
Not worthwhile.
it's really sort of doing them a disjustice, I suppose.
Yep. Anyway, thanks again for listening and watching another episode of the Old Fart Geeks podcast. Make sure you subscribe in iTunes or your other favourite podcast application. You can also watch our show on YouTube at youtube.com/oldfartgeeks. Maybe you already are. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the buttons below and stuff so you can keep up to date with our shows, or subscribe on iTunes.
That's right, our shows, because we have other shows.
Yes.
We're not just one-trick ponies. We do other stuff as well.
We're multiple trick ponies.
That's it. We got Obsidian Loft. We do Aussie Tech Heads. There's also going to possibly another show that I'll be doing soon. So, yes.
Excellent news.
Also, you can follow us on the Twitters. Our accounts are at Warlock, WAULOK, and Mr. Tompkinson, MRTOMKANSON. And our show's account is Old Fart Geeks. Music for our show is provided by the Free Music Archive. So, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Keep retroing. Bye.
Keep farting.
I'm good at that.